On you. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Knoxville. This is your beer board for Knoxville City of Knoxville. Today is Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Welcome, everyone here and those watching at home. Mr. Johnson, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Fugate.
Here.
Councilwoman Helsley. Councilwoman McKenzie. Councilwoman Parker. Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
Councilman Roberto.
Here.
Councilwoman Singh. Vice Mayor Smith. Vice Mayor Smith is here. Councilman Thomas. 5 members present, Chair.
Okay. The minutes of the last meeting were distributed by email. If there are no corrections to the minutes from the members here, then I will say that the minutes stand approved as distributed. Thank you. Mr. Johnson, do we have anyone signed up for public comments germane to today's agenda?
No, Chair.
Thank you so much. Seeing as no one has signed up for public comment, we'll move on. The next matters of business are items to be postponed or withdrawn. Mr. Byrd, are there any applicants requesting a postponement?
Yes, ma'am. 6C, the Yummy Bowl would like to be postponed to the October 28th meeting.
Okay. All right. And that's the one for postponement? All right. Without objections, without any singular objection, we will postpone 6C to the October meeting then, as requested. Mr. Byrd, are there any applicants requesting withdrawal?
Well, not requesting a withdrawal, but 6A and B are having more systemic problems in being able to complete their background check process, and I have not heard back from either of them to my inquiry whether they wanted to withdraw or not.
Is there anyone here for items 6A, El Molino? Anyone here from El Molino? Is there anyone here from 6B, Juan's Tacos? Okay. I guess, Mr. Byrd, your recommendation was that we're in an impasse with these two. When was the last time you reached out to these applicants?
I have not spoken with Mr. Lozada of Juan's Tacos in several months personally, although I understand Officer Presley has. I've spoke with Ms. Castillo-Laredo last month, and we kind of, and we may have a bit of a language impasse, but we broached the topic of this seemed perhaps insurmountable if she didn't want to at least pursue Officer Presley's suggestions in how to complete the background check, and that at least next month, this month, we might want to consider withdrawing it. But I left her a message reminding her of that conversation, but have no response this month. So.
Okay. Could we, I guess, postpone both of those items in the meantime, and I'll make an attempt to track them down and we'll decide then. I would like for them to speak for themselves before we withdraw them.
Yes, ma'am. I concur with that. That was going to be my recommendation.
And I appreciate you and Officer Presley's attempts at that. If there are no objections, we'll also postpone items 6A and 6B to the October meeting. Seeing no objection, they are postponed. Okay? Give me 1 second. All right. Next are reports of officers. As the chair, I have no report at this time. Officer Presley.
Yes, my office, along with the TABC office, performed an alcohol compliance check. It was on September 6th here in the city. We visited 16 establishments at that time. 3 of those sold to underage. Those establishments were the Corner Market on 13th Street, Moe's Southwest Grill, and Paul's Oasis. There were 3 citations issued by us, 1 issued by TABC. One of those businesses is a second offense business, that is Moe's. The other 2 are first offenses.
All right. Thank you. Officer Presley, any questions from Beer Board members? Okay, seeing none. Now, report of the clerk.
Thank you, Chair. I will add that the second offense, Moe's Southwest Grill, will appear at an administrative hearing at your October Beer Board meeting. There is no further update as to the beer fund. There are no active suspension or revocation hearings, and there's been no substantive change in revenues or receipts or expenditures for the beer fund in this past month.
All right, thank you, Mr. Johnson. All right, before we get started, I have a few announcements. When I call the names of the businesses applying for a permit, please come to the podium, state your name and address clearly into the microphone for the record. Applicants who are approved pending final documentation need to bring their completed documents to the business tax office during regular business hours. If you are approved pending final documentation, that means you have 1 or more requirements that are incomplete for Beer Board's permit. In order to get your certificate of occupancy, which is a common outlying requirement, an applicant may need to apply for zoning changes or meet parking requirements, submit architectural plans to plans review and inspections, or make modifications to meet building and codes compliance. Just want everyone to be aware that that is sometimes a taller order than one might initially think. Applicants that have their permit approved tonight can pick up their permit at the end of this meeting. The staff at this meeting, Mr. Brd, can help you if you're able to pick up your permit tonight. And if you have documentation to turn in, he's with the business tax office. Mr. Johnson was with building and inspection. So if you have questions about getting your certificate of occupancy or meeting any of those requirements, he can also help you. And then Metro Drug Coalition, I believe Mr. Webster is here. And he will be able to answer any questions if you have assistance that you need with anything their staff can help with in terms of compliance plans or underage drinking or other things. Finally, as I'm chairing the meeting, other members will make motions in the 4th District. We are ready to get started now. Mr. Johnson? Oh, I'm reading them, never mind. I'm getting there. All right, so the first one is 7A Cherub Concert, Brian Coakley, For Them Sanctuary, Inc. When you go up to the microphone, you'll need to push the little person button, so you turn the microphone on. You've got it.
Hello.
Yep, you got it.
My name is Brian Coakley. I'm the event manager for Them Sanctuary. We're doing the benefit concert at the Standard this Friday.
Address for the record.
oh,
Yours or the business address
so-
is fine.
For Them is 632 Glenlock Road. The event is at the Standard, which is 416 West Jackson.
All right, thank you so much. Officer Presley?
No record.
Mr. Brd?
That file is complete.
All right.
Move to approve.
Got a motion to approve? And a second. Any questions or discussion? Sir, your event is, you said, at the Standard?
Yes, this Friday.
And what's the date? This Friday?
Yeah, the 19th.
Okay, all right. And you will be benefiting, what is the benefit?
For Them Sanctuary.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit what that is? I've not heard of that one yet.
It's just like a no-kill shelter. Basically, they take care of animals and try to,
Okay.
not have to,
Okay.
euthanize them.
All right. Great to hear that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
All right, seeing no further questions or discussion, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you, sir. Good luck with your event.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, next is 4th and Chill Festival. Andrew Drake, maybe. Okay. All right, name and address for the record.
Okay.
Business address is fine.
Hello, I'm Andrew Drake. My business address is 2324 Dotson Avenue, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37912.
Thank you, sir. Officer Presley?
No record.
Mr. Byrd?
That file is complete.
Move to approve.
Got a motion and a second. Any further questions or discussion? Sir, tell us, when is your event and what will it be benefiting?
Yeah, so the Fourth and Chill Festival is October 4th, first Saturday of October. It's a festival that is celebrating the Fourth and Gill neighborhood, and it's sponsoring by Adelante Knoxville, which is a legal firm that offers pro bono legal service for any marginalized community members in need. And yeah, that's about it. It's just a music and arts festival.
All right. And your venue?
The
the
venue
public?
is a street closure, so it's
Okay.
the road of North 4th Avenue,
Okay.
and the entire street.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you have a great event.
All right.
Okay. Seeing no further questions, all those in favor? Unless Councilwoman Parker, did you have a question? Your light was on? Okay, so sorry.
Hey, love.
Okay. All right. Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, our next agenda item is a Buckethead Tavern, Moana Fine, or Carrie Carroll, maybe.
Hello, I'm Kerry Carroll.
All right. An address for the record.
Do you want the address of
Business is fine.
8039 Ramirez Boulevard?
All right, thank you, sir. Officer Presley,
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We would need the certificate of occupancy, health department approval, and the surrender of the existing beer permit.
Every bit of that has been applied for, but has not yet come to fruition.
Okay. All right. Councilman Roberto.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Carroll, I looked over your server compliance plan. It's good. It did indicate at least quarterly policy reviews for your service plan. You heard maybe a little bit earlier that there was, some on-site inspections done by the police, and that they had found some folks that were serving. So that's why we talk about this now, about your server compliance plan. What I was going to ask you about is, would you consider doing those reviews at the beginning of each shift?
I'm
So
sorry, I couldn't hear that. Someone coughed.
if you could you think about doing those reviews of your policy at the beginning of each shift? So have the manager review the policy. with
Absolutely.
everyone there.
I'm 100% open to any recommendations that anyone here has to make to me, or whatever we have to do to be compliant. We want to do that. It's a learning process for me right now. So
I understand. So yeah, maybe, I think the quarterly is a good idea. Having like a review where maybe you send somebody in to see if they can get by with an ID that's not getting asked about getting an ID, something like that, just as almost like a secret shopper
absolutely
kind of
agreeable
thing.
to that.
The other thing is that there are devices, like electronic devices, that you can scan. That does obviously commit a little bit of an investment, but it's something that, you can just look at what it says and you can move forward from there. So all things to consider, because we want to have you be successful, not come back and see us.
Absolutely. Don't want to see it either.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to approve pending final documentation. Thank you, Mr. Carroll.
Thank you.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion or questions? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, our next agenda item is Crowne Plaza, Knoxville downtown. Mr. Kenneth Knight.
Good afternoon. Ken Knight, 401 West Summit Hill Drive, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37902.
Thank you, sir. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
That file is complete.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All right. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, next agenda item is Knoxville Sport Bar, Ponce Enterprises LLC, Bayron Ponce Tejado.
$8705 Unicorn Drive, Byron Ponce.
Thank you, sir. Officer Presley?
No record.
Mr. Byrd?
We were waiting on a purchase agreement or sales agreement of some type that was discussed at last meeting.
Yeah, and I would like to avoid having to draft multiple documents and each time maybe perhaps coming back and someone suggesting that, well, maybe if we just know this one more little thing, I think live testimony would be better. So I brought Mr. Viles so you can ask him all the questions that you want. He is not a part of the business, has not been a part of the business. His name has not been on any of the applications for the beer permit or the liquor license. So I'll let you all ask him any questions that you need.
Howdy.
Councilman Roberta.
Thank you, Chair. And I appreciate you, bringing everybody here so that we can talk to folks. And, I know we started anew because we were going to deal with exactly this issue. Mr. Frost, had you seen anything that you needed to comment on at this point?
Can I get you guys to pause for just one moment for our recorder? Mr. Viles, could you give your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, my name is Gary Viles. My home address is 9185 Old Tazewell Pike, Luttrell, Tennessee.
Thank you. Continue on. Councilman Roberta, Mr. Frost.
Mr. Frost, did you have anything you wanted to ask?
Well, Mr. Young at the last meeting indicated he was going to get something. I hadn't received anything. I emailed him today, and I emailed him maybe yesterday as well, or maybe Friday of last week. But the information from the TABC that was provided by Mr. Viles was 51% ownership Gary Viles, 49% ownership Christy Smith.
We sold it last year. We sold the business itself in August of last year, sold it to Mr. Ponce. He bought 50% at that point, then he paid out the rest of it later in this year. And of course, we've turned in our beer and our liquor licenses into the state and shut them down.
That email from the TABC is June 23rd, though, of this year.
I haven't been part of that, gosh, in a year. No, I turned it all in, though. It's all turned in with the state. I'm not part of the business whatsoever.
Okay. Well, Beer Board's not the time. I've been doing this for a long time, whether I served on city council or as city council's attorney. Not the time for testimony.
Gotcha. What do you need from us is my main question, I guess.
Well, we discussed it with Mr. Young last time, and that was a month ago.
Okay, it's the first time I've been here. I just don't want to know what you need, and I'll get it to you.
And I tried to follow up with him. I've yet to get a response.
Okay. I will get what I can.
I believe he even said he was going to get me a draft.
Yes, and I've been in trial, and again, I thought this is the most straightforward way to do this. I'm bringing in the actual person so that you may ask any questions that may not be captured in an affidavit. So I'm bringing in the actual person so that we can make sure, not that anybody would dispute any type of document that I bring in, because as you know, Mr. Frost, and as you are as well, I'm an officer of the court. So I know this is not a court, but I conduct myself anywhere that I go, I conduct it as a courtroom. So I'm actually bringing in the actual person, which we both know as attorneys, typically bringing in the live person is much preferred than some document that no one up here on the panel has witnessed signing. Not that I would ever put forth any type of document that's not legitimate, but I'm bringing in the person so that any of you may ask Mr. Viles questions and that he may clarify if something wasn't understood earlier in all of this. I've been in contact with TABC as well. I don't know that they've been in any kind of direct contact with Mr. Viles. Again, that's a question that you all can ask him if that's a concern.
Well, I'm just looking at the paperwork that was previously sent a while ago, the document that you, Mr. Young, did not draft, that, it's signed by Gary Viles and Christy Viles and Byron Ponce about how they, which I'm taking that as Gary Viles and Christy Viles because they're listed as the sellers.
Again, and just as you just said it correctly, I did not draft that and was not a party to that. So I didn't really understand that document either. So again, I'm bringing in the person who was a part of that, one of the parties, and I believe he explained to you I guess the chain of events that occurred.
Well, I understand being in trial, but we discussed this back last month. I'm not aware of somebody coming in and testifying for a beer permit. I guess the beer board, if they want to ask questions, that's their prerogative, but and I'll leave it at that.
All I know is I sold the business and I'm not part of it. So it was last year when I sold it. I turned in everything to the state when it comes to the liquor license and the beer board as well. So all of our taxes have been paid. Our business is officially shut down. It's not there anymore. He bought it from us, and I just want him to have a successful business and go forward.
And everyone wants, whether it's Mr. Ponce's business or anyone else's business, to succeed, but succeed within the bounds of the law. There's just a question of ownership that, we've been trying to get resolved for, 2 months now? So if members of the beer board want to ask questions, that's their prerogative.
Based on everything I've done, I do not own a percentage of this business whatsoever. And that's my testimony on that, just to let you know.
Councilmember Brd.
Thank you, Chair. This question is for Mr. Frost, and maybe it's for Mr. Byrd, but we've got a new application in front of us now. So the older application is not what we're looking at, but we are still waiting on confirmation about who the owner is. And so my question is, with all the parties here today, the thing that we're missing is really a purchase agreement that says that Mr. Ponce is the 100% owner and Mr. Viles no longer owns any of this. Is that correct?
That sure would help, as well as, from the paperwork we have, an affidavit from one, Mr. Viles, and two, Mrs. Viles, because the paperwork that we have, the business doesn't close until sometime next year.
So does that help with understanding the document? Was there a purchase sale agreement that you guys have?
That's not accurate. We sold the business last August, 50% of it, then we sold the rest of it this year.
Okay.
When Mr. Ponce paid the rest of it off. So, again, I do not own it. He owns it. I've shut it all down.
I understand that. So what you're telling me is that this happened in two stages.
Yes.
One stage, 50%, another stage that happened this past year, 50%. Do you have a purchase agreement for
Yes,
that
we
last
do.
50%?
Yes, we do.
Can you include that in your paperwork?
Yes.
For us to look at so that we can approve the beer board?
Of course
the
we
beer
can.
permit?
Yes.
Okay. So that's really the only thing we need. Now, an additional benefit would be what Mr. Frost said, was to have an affidavit from Mr. Viles and Christy Viles saying, I don't own any of this company, I've sold my shares to Mr. Ponce. And I think, if I'm understanding correctly, that's the only thing that's missing.
We could have
I
that to you
believe
this
so.
week.
We don't swear people in to provide testimony at beer board or
Well, I'm not
city
asking him to testify, I'm
Okay.
just I'm telling them, here are the things we need, because I think that's what we're trying to do is, okay, I've got all the parties here, what do you need from us so we can tell you very plainly, here's what you need to add to the application so that we can proceed, because I think, you guys want to proceed, and, you've got a new application before us, so we want to be able to accommodate you, but we need to do it, like Mr. Frost said, within the confines of the law. So if you could, can you bring us the purchase sale agreement for the last 50% that happened last year? And then, if you can, maybe do two affidavits, one from Mr. Viles and one from his wife, that say that I don't own any of this, I've sold my shares to Mr. Ponce. Is that something that we could do?
For sure, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, then based on that, I'm going to suggest we hear this at the October meeting when, and again, please don't bring this stuff to us the day of. Get it to us in advance so that if there are any issues that Mr. Frost can help you with it.
So
I think that's the right move.
if I could, there were two different documents that were turned in, and I didn't author either one of them. And you're asking whether there was a purchase agreement to Mr. Viles. Mr. Viles is stating yes, and there was a second one. I believe perhaps, and that's maybe the one that Mr. Frost and I have discussed, that maybe it wasn't artfully written, but I believe that that might be what Mr. Viles is referring to. So that may be something that you already have. So what I'm understanding now is that you would like one rewritten. Is that correct?
You want to take that, Mr. Frost?
I don't know if it needs to be rewritten. I mean, honestly, I reviewed the beer board agenda, I think Thursday evening at home. And there was no new information provided on that. Then I emailed and hadn't gotten a response. So, what you're referring to now, if that's it, I don't know, because I've learned about it might be the document you're talking about at 5:20.
Well, that's why I brought Mr. Viles in, because I've not had any direct contact with Mr. Viles. I've not been able to contact him and sit down and talk with him. I'm not Mr. Viles' attorney. So, I don't know that maybe Mr. Viles maybe one of the reasons I haven't spoken with him is maybe he was getting nervous that an attorney's calling him and getting involved in this and something that he thought that was over and that a business that he'd already sold. So, and I can understand that. So that's why I brought Mr. Viles in, so that he can clarify everything. I apologize, I haven't been able to, I guess, corner Mr. Viles and ask him all these different questions. But again, I believe, Mr. Frost, you and I are, the document that you already have and that was brought up last time, that again, I agree was inartfully written, I believe might be the purchase agreement. I believe it is the purchase agreement that Mr. Viles is referring to. So again, I'm asking, so would you like it rewritten?
Is the document being referred to in our packet?
That's what I would like to know.
It is not. It was not part of this application. It was part of the previous application that was rejected by the board at the August meeting. And then the statement at that time was that a more favorable document would be produced and included. The applicant had to reapply anew and this is a new, all new documents that are in this file. And I didn't think, honestly, to include the one from the previous application that the board had previously rejected as part of this one, because I thought, well, it had been rejected as insufficient, so.
So for a couple of, just to clarify for myself, I think for a couple of meetings, we've been asking, each time Mr. Ponce, you've arrived, I apologize, I don't remember your name, the attorney, sorry.
Stan Young.
Mr. Young, we've been asking for this document each time.
And you had a copy of the document that was turned into you, but
In the previous beer application that was
yes, and I guess
withdrawn, Mr. Byrd, I just want to be clear, because Councilwoman Parker asked, I want to be clear that I'm understanding as well.
Well, that application, which had been extended for a few months, it was rejected, was denied.
It was denied.
By vote, by the board.
Okay.
And one of the reasons was that document, I guess, was judged for various reasons to be insufficient evidence of the ownership, and so.
So the only thing I'm clarifying then is that, again, if a brand new one needs to be written up, then I guess that old one no longer applies. I'm just trying to make sure. Otherwise, again, I wasn't a party to that document, but that document has already been drafted. But again, if that's not sufficient, then we can draft up another one. And so that Mr. Viles and the other party, I guess, since their testimony or them coming before this board to explain what I deem to be a kind of a confusing situation anyway, I believe Mr. Viles has artfully discussed what the agreement was, straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. But if what I'm understanding is there still needs to be yet another purchase agreement drafted up that reflects what Mr. Viles has said here today, fine. Now I understand that.
So, Mr. Young, I'm going to call on Councilwoman Parker in just a moment, and I think Mr. Frost is pending something.
All right, so
Okay, Mr. Frost.
the document I have is entitled buy-sell agreement, and I do not believe that Mr. Young drafted it.
I did not draft it. I've been very clear about
Right.
that.
It's 3 pages, and it talks about they're establishing under the terms and conditions under which Byron Ponce may acquire 100% ownership. And it lists a series of payments. One payment is due November 23rd, 2025. One payment is due February 21, 2026. And it says the initial payment and subsequent payment of the remaining, then they redacted, I'm guessing the dollar amount, will result in Byron Ponce acquiring 100% of the business. Well, we don't have anything about the sixth payment being made. We don't have anything under the seventh payment being made. It also says later on in the agreement, under a section entitled Partnership Agreement, Gary and Christy Viles are willing to stay involved as partners to help with all transitions until the full balance is paid off. And it goes on about assist with involvement includes assisting with operations, transitioning utilities, licenses, and expenses, and ensuring a smooth handover of the business. And then later on the second page at the bottom, transfer of ownership. Upon receipt of the full payment, Gary and Christy Viles will transfer full ownership of the business to Byron Ponce, along with the agreed upon kitchen equipment. So that pretty much tells me that Gary Viles and Christy Viles are selling to Mr. Ponce, right?
Yes, according to that document that you read that I did not author, yes. And then there was also a second document. Again, that was one that you and I discussed, Mr. Frost, and you had mentioned something about a licensing agreement or something to that effect. Again, another document that I did not author. And I think there was a second one because I think you sent it to me, actually, because I did not have it because, again, I was not party to any of these previous agreements.
Well, when I'm caught unawares that we're going to be discussing this today, it makes things a little difficult. I'll give you an example. Mr. Knight is sitting out there. There was a transfer of a downtown hotel, transfer of ownership. They thought they could transfer the beer permit. Unfortunately, the law says otherwise. So Mr. Knight's hotel went out and hired a caterer to serve beer until they could get their beer permit tonight. So this happens. You all are in a similar circumstance, and I spoke to Mr. Knight's, the hotel's attorney, and we worked through it, and where they were able to get everything done and get their beer permit tonight. We're still working on this. Honestly, I was thinking we, not just me, but the beer board would have had the requested documentation since last month. Now, I'll call on Mr. Viles.
I would like to say that he's created an entirely different EFIN number. It's an entirely new entity that's applying for this, and my entity is no longer in existence. So he bought the assets of the business and created a new Knoxville Sports Bar with a new federal identification number that he applied with you guys. So mine is gone. So what he's applied for is his new license that he's given you all. It's not anything to do with me.
Councilwoman Parker.
Thank you. For me, with the multiple meetings where we have reviewed this proposal, it has been enough for me to establish a transfer of ownership. But I agree that the document that we have on hand does not clearly state that that transfer has been completed. But it seems that we have reached a point where a duly executed purchase agreement could be submitted, but we would be able to approve this pending the submission of those documents tonight. I'm wondering if there are any impediments, anything that would block us from approving this tonight pending that final documentation.
Mr. Frost.
Thank you. Interesting question, Councilmember Parker. I guess we could work out something that after the document's been reviewed from whatever Mr. Young prepares, I could report to the beer board chair and then report to Mr. Byrd that everything was adequate, that I was comfortable with things. I mean, this is, Mr. Ponce wants to get open. I understand that. I respect that. And I think all members of the beer board do as well. I would not advise against your suggestion.
And I also just feel like there's nothing else for us to review. This is a very legalese conversation taking place, just as the issues that we send to KPD as a part of this process and others as a part of this process. We rely on your professional opinion to approve that document or to accept that document. And I know this is not the normal situation to send a legal document to you for review. But yeah, if others are comfortable with it, I would be comfortable with a new approach in this situation that would allow for your review and for this to move forward without having to come back to our meeting in October.
Councilman Roberto.
Thank you, Chair. So typically, when we approve things pending final documentation, it's approved, it's basically that somebody has turned in a document. It's not a review of a document, because that puts too much stress on Mr. Brd and the staff to figure out, is this an appropriate document or not? So that's typically why we don't do it that way. The approach that you're suggesting is that we say we're going to approve it pending final documentation, but Mr. Frost is going to have to report to Mr. Brd that the documents are in order, and if so, then it's approved. So, Mr. Frost, have I basically summarized what the rationale is for typically not doing the approval based on pending final documentation? And is that what you would be willing to do to add that to this discussion today so that we could approve it pending final documentation?
Yes, I understand and appreciate Councilmember Parker's idea, and I'm personally fine with it. I mean, I'll get whatever Mr. Young sends me. If it's A-OK, I'll report to the beer board chair, who will communicate with Mr. Brd. If it's not A-OK, I'll get back with Mr. Young until it is A-OK, if that sounds fair to people.
So based on that, I'll make a motion to approve pending final documentation, but part of your final documentation will be not only that I think you had to turn in the old license, but it also is going to be that you need to be able to show a purchase agreement that shows that Mr. Viles doesn't own any of the establishment, and it's all 100% ownership by Mr. Ponce. If you want to include some affidavits that talk about what we talked about earlier, of course that's your prerogative and probably wouldn't be hurt in this. But I think the purchase agreement is the real thing that we need to show that all of those payments have been made and the ownership is 100% Mr. Ponce. So given that, as long as everyone understands, then I'm going to make a motion to approve pending final documentation.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Mr. Young, do you have any questions?
The only thing is then I want to be clear, then I'm going to draft up a purchase agreement. I'm not going to bother with affidavits at this point.
I think, yes, you need to do the purchase agreement that shows that 100% of the ownership is in control of Mr. Ponce. If you wanted to add in doing the affidavits as well, I don't think that would hurt. So that's not a bad thing, but I think the real thing we need is the purchase agreement. Mr. Frost, is that accurate?
That would be fine. I would appreciate affidavits because paperwork shows Mr. Viles and a Mrs. Viles that they no longer have any ownership interest whatsoever. And I appreciate people who that do try to save some money and not pay an attorney, which is what we've had before. And Mr. Ponce has been smart to get Mr. Young involved to help out with the situation. And hopefully Mr. Young can bring this to a successful conclusion real soon.
All right, any further discussions or questions from members of the beer board? Okay, Mr. Young, you and Mr. Ponce will follow up with Mr. Frost and Mr. Byrd.
Okay, thank you.
Is that correct? What?
Thank you, Ms. Parker. Thank you very much.
Okay, I know. We're not done. I'm just, as everybody said their piece, y'all, seriously, I'm getting there. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, moving on.
Thank you.
Next agenda item is mimosas. Chad Kennedy.
Chad Kennedy, 115 Mimosa Avenue, Knoxville, Tennessee.
Thank you, sir. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the sales tax registration, certificate of occupancy, and health department approval.
All right. Any?
I'll make a motion to approve pending final documentation.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Spaces in the City, Lori Clanaris.
Hello, Lori Clanaris, 922 North Central.
Thank you so much. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We just need the sales tax registration with the new address.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All right. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Hang
Thank you.
tight.
Oh,
Spaces in the City, Lori Clanaris. This is the caterer permit. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
You just need the sales tax registration with the upcoming address.
Move approval pending final documentation.
All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much, Ms. Clanaris.
all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next agenda item, Kern's Food Hall, bar number 1. Your name and address for the record, please, sir.
Anthony Liakakos, address 2201 Kearns Rising Way, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37920.
Thank you, sir. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the health department approval and surrender of the existing permit for that space.
Okay, any questions? Councilman, Vice Mayor Smith. Your mic's not on, but I believe you. I got a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir. Wait, stop, don't go. We got 3. Kern's Food Hall, bar number 2, Mr. I was going to try. You go for it.
Liakakos.
Liakakos. Thank you so much. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We just need the health department approval and surrender of the existing beer permit.
I got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Kern's Food Hall, bar number 3, Mr. Liakakis.
Perfect.
Did it? Okay. Officer Presley.
No record.
Mr. Byrd.
We need the health department approval and surrender of the existing permit.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Can't turn the page. Fast Hand LLC. We didn't already postpone this. This is the addendum to the beer board. I believe members of the beer board, we have, the owners are not here today. They're not able to, Mr. Byrd. We have a request for an extension to the October 28th meeting because Mr. Hibbs is out of town. I got a motion and a second. Any discussion or questions? This will now be postponed to the October 28th meeting. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. Seeing no other business before the beer board meeting, we are adjourned.